All right, guys, we're back with some more Monster Energy Supercross. For today, we have A2, 2020 A2, and it's just one track, but it's probably my best replica I've ever made. My masterpiece of replicas. It came out really, really good, and we do have 2 laps to show you. Both of them are a bit different. They show you the big quads on the track. We have 4 of them. Crazy. It works really good in the game. It doesn't have the most realistic way around the track, but again, it's really, really fun in the game, and it is true to how the track map appears to be. So yeah, let's just jump into it and check out 2022 Anaheim 2. So here is my masterpiece of A2, 2022 A2, and again, aesthetically, it fills out the stadium. We could have probably moved it down towards home plate a tiny bit, but again, when you're making the track, you're never really sure how it's going to come out, so we had to finagle a bit, but overall, awesome. We have 2 laps to show you. Both of them are hitting the big boy lines, and then we have some first person. That's kind of a treat. It looks good. It looks awesome in first person. Now, the first 2 laps we have here are a bit different. It's the best way to hit the track. The track, it's tough, okay? It is pretty tough. I'm not a pro, so, you know, we're pretty average, but for an average player, I feel like even for a really good player, it could be pretty tough. The consistency of hitting the biggest lines on the track are what make it tough. Now, that was the first quad, kind of dumb, and I did make the takeoff for that quad a bit bigger because I wanted it to be a quad. It's just a nice, big, fun send in the game. I don't think they're going to hit it that way, but, you know, maybe they do. Now, we triple here, and then if you hit it just right, you can quad double, crazy big. In this section, there's 8 jumps here, and 7 of them are exactly the same. And so what I decided to do to make it fun is that is supposed to be a quad. Now, most of the time, you're going to be able to get the quad in, but you're not going to hit it just right to quad out. And even when you hit it just right, you clip a bit, because my goal of making this track was so that, you know, people will make a quad, but you really can't hit it any other way. It only can be a quad. If you try to triple, it's so small or weird. It just doesn't work. The way I made this track was so that if you're not quadding, it's still fun to play in the game, so that the quad is a reward. It isn't just meant to be that way. You know what I mean? You get rewarded if you hit the rhythm section just right. So we triple over the table, and then it's just a triple all the way through this rhythm section if you don't hit it right, and it still feels pretty good. I mean, the triple is really easy to get, but the quad isn't. So that's the way it is, and then we quad here. Crazy, super fun. Again, the track, the layout, and the amount of jumps and the position of the jumps is correct to the way it should be with the track map, the official track map, and came out good. You'll have to let me know what you guys think. I will validate it, and at the end here, we do have some first person. And what I did was I did a race. I was going to show you the race footage, but I don't know. I just decided to go into replay and get some first person, and it looks really, really sweet. This first person camera is pretty awesome. Excuse me. It's kind of hard for me to play in it because the only game I really play first person is MX Bikes, but the replay looks fantastic. I think it makes this track look even better. You know, when you play in third person and this game specifically, you can overjump something, case it, whatever, and then just kind of, it looks weird, whatever. In this mode, if we clipped or didn't hit something just right, you can't really tell, and it looks good. You can't see that we made a mistake, and I feel like nothing is weird, right? So I just wanted to get some first person in here because we never do it, and it came out awesome. And I encourage you guys to try it in first person. If you're a first person guy, I feel like this track looks awesome. Not to toot my own horn here, but I really love this track, and I feel like even if you're a really good player, you should have fun on it. If you're an average, casual, or maybe a bit above average, and I feel like that's kind of where we are, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna have a challenge of trying to hit those quads on the track. And then if you're below average or not as good, I feel like you can still have fun on this track because you don't have to go for that quad or all those big quads on it. It isn't really the line that I'm going for every time I hit these rhythm sections. It's just if we hit it right, you can tell, and then you get on the throttle and send it, right? So it works pretty good, and it has a ton of line choice, and I feel like that's what makes these tracks fun. I mean, the track can be fun even if it is built to be hit a specific way, but the line choice is what makes these tracks fun. And I know maybe because on PC I was trying to find another A2 or just see how many replica tracks were out there, and there was virtually none. The game is like non-existent on PC right now, and I know it's been out for about a year, but it was kind of disappointing that really the only A2 that I could find was my own. And I know we're doing it a bit early, but it was still kind of disappointing. And some of the replicas, there was a few for A1. Some of them were just not that great and it not that fun to play, or they didn't even really follow the design of the track. So I didn't even want to. I mean, that's not the Supercross track we're doing, but whatever. And this is a different way you can hit this rhythm section. So if you can't triple over the table, this rhythm works really well, and I feel like it is viable. If you mess up hitting that corner and can't triple over the table, then I think, yeah, we drop the quad here in first person. Looks sweet, right? I mean, come on. Even if you aren't a first person player, it looks sweet. It really does. So yeah, and then I kind of wanted to do a short recap. The race, there wasn't too much that happened. Chase Sexton took the 450 main event, and Michael Moseman took the 250. But the highlight of the night, I would say, is probably that Christian Craig came from last place to third. Really awesome ride. He went down in the first turn. That first turn was like super narrow, so it was just asking for a pile up. But and then Anderson, I feel like he had a shot. He had a shot at going after first, but he blew his bike up. Took him out of the race. But that's kind of how the race went. So just a short recap. But you guys, girls, are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.